Kesha, who is not quite, ended her feud with Dr. Luke, but she has dropped a lawsuit against him. Her lawsuit here in Los Angeles, the one she filed in California against him for sexual assault.
So on the surface, you wonder, is she waving the white flag?
It looks like that, but when you look closer, she is not at all. In fact, her attorneys say she is really just trying to move forward with her career with some new music, but she is continuing a lawsuit against Dr. Luke in New York.
I don't understand this. I mean, I just got back from vacation, admittedly. I do not understand this.
It is a weird move, and I think there's more behind it than just dismissing
was there
one
a settlement,
case.
Mike?
There was not a settlement.
Are you sure of that based on this?
Yes, well, here's what I think is going on. I can give you a little more information. So number one, yes, she has the open appeal in New York, the California case. She's fighting on two coasts.
Hold on, but you should say, in New York, didn't they dismiss a big chunk of her case, and now she's appealing law trying to get it back?
Appealing that decision, right?
Okay.
Right, she's appealing, you're exactly right.
So she got thrown out of court in New York for most of it.
They said you have to stay, you can't break your contract with Dr. Luke and Kemosabe Records, and that you don't have, New York doesn't have jurisdiction over the sexual assault you're claiming.
So if California does, why is she dismissing California if she's got an active lawsuit?
Well, it's interesting because we did a lot of stories about this. The fact is that Kesha claims, and I think she's right about this, that if she doesn't do any music now, that if this drags on, and it could, Harvey, you know this in California, for years to come, if it drags out, Kesha will not be popular anymore.
Okay, so
the reality is,
Mike, okay, I get it, but then my question, which I asked Charles, is she waving the white flag then?
Well, kind of. Now, here's what's interesting. Now, here's a little more information. So she also, part of this, like she put out a press release with her attorney, and part of it is that she gave over 28 tracks to Kemosabe and Sony. So remember, Kemosabe is Dr. Luke's company. She's under contract, and New York court said she had to do it, had to work with him, at least with his production company. So she gave them 28 songs. Now, from what I understand, that completes the contract with Dr. Luke, so he can do, or they can do whatever they want with the 28 songs.
She's giving him enough money, enough music so that he can produce how many albums he owes.
Then this is settled.
So it's kind of the white flag, but she's keeping the appeal open, and I think if they use this, there's going to be some legal wrangling.
That could be face saving, by the way.
Is she keeping the appeal open, one, for face saving, but also as sort of leverage to say, if you don't put out this music, I will continue this lawsuit.
But that's right. Well, and then Charles, if she doesn't if they don't put out the music, then she can make her own album and start doing her own music outside of the contract.
The more I'm hearing this, the more I feel like they've reached some kind of an agreement here privately, and this is the way, because here's the thing, Mike and Charles.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, because they're at a stalemate that she wanted him to admit he raped her. He wants her to say you lied, and neither is going to budge. So this is a way of just making it slowly go away when nobody's listening, and all of a sudden you look back and say, oh, I wonder what happened to that.
Hi, I'm Ellen Z from Saratoga Springs, New York, and let me tell you right away, this is not white flag waving. Kesha has to do this. She needs to fulfill her contract. She needs to get back to work. She needs to make money, and she's got to take care of all those clauses. This is not a you didn't do it, it's over situation. This is, it's still on. You know where it's at, but I got to move forward and get on with my life.
Yeah, maybe, but when you drop the,
I like your theory, and Reagan said you were rusty.